there's this eroding right to dissent that people have, and the general erosion and threat to democracy that we're witnessing in India these days. So I think that's why, as a diaspora, we're like we feel it's our responsibility to talk about this on a global stage.
Today is July 22nd, and we're here at Dorchester Square in Montreal, where the members of the Indian diaspora are protesting in solidarity with the student movement in India.
On May 15th, the Chief Justice of India gave a backhanded insult to the country's unemployed youth by calling them cockroaches. Shortly after, a recent Boston University graduate, Abhijit Deepke, tweeted 6 words that would go viral, asking, "What if all cockroaches came together?" The tweet started getting traction, and Deepke built a parody social media account for what he called the Cockroach Janata Party to mock India's currently ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. The online movement became focused on the issue of close to 20 students who have committed suicide in the last year over the leak of country's central medical entrance exam. The Indians protesting in Montreal said that due to the lack of free media in their own country, it is important to get the word out by protesting abroad.
They're very slowly, steadily wanting us to like enter a place where we do not remember what a democracy looked like. And this is exactly why we do not want our kids in the future to not know what like we grew up with, the 5 rights, the fundamental rights that I have studied all through my life in India. I'd want my kids to know about that.
The one good thing about social media, and I think the best thing about social media, is that we've been able to connect with activists back home who are going to Jantar Mantar every day. They are helping people out over there, and they're a very big part of the protest. So we've been able to directly connect with activists who are helping out back home, which wouldn't have been possible if we didn't have social media in this day and age. We've been able to connect with our friends who are going to the protest every single day. The protest in India isn't a one-day thing. It's been going on for weeks and weeks, and I'm assuming it's going to go on for many more weeks because the government isn't listening to us. So we've been able to connect with activists. We know what they need. We know the kind of international support that they're looking for at this point, and we've been able to lay out clear goals for what we need to do internationally.
The protests in India are run on Gandhian principles with hunger strikes from students and Sonam Wangchuk, a prominent educationalist and scientist in India.
A few of us got together to organize the protest. It wasn't one specific person, I would say. It was just angry Indians all over Montreal who saw what's happening back home. Our country is bleeding, our country is hurting, and we saw that something needs to be organized. We need to stand in solidarity. We need to show our support for the protesters back home. So a few of us got together, got connected through similar protests happening in Toronto. We got connected through activists in Toronto who helped us out. They helped us organize this.
I know that people will raise questions that you are in Canada. How does it bother you? Or maybe you'll never go back. How does it bother you? It does bother me because that's my country. Whoever, my friends, my brother, my family members are there, and wherever I am, I'll always be an Indian first.
When I moved here, I was very intent on moving back and actually trying to contribute to my country and actually do research. I come from an academic family, and it was really, and I come from a defense family, which is inherently very patriotic, almost nationalistic. So for me, this is quite a crisis because over the years, they want to go back and do things for my country, kept reducing, not because I became more selfish, but because I could see clearly that it's not really possible with the systems and structures that are set up.
In addition to asking the country's education minister to resign, the protesters have also been asking for significant reforms in the country's education system, which has become increasingly privatized and expensive.
There's this guilt that comes with being an Indian student abroad. I'm a student in Canada. There's this guilt that comes with it because I had the privilege to leave. All Indians know the amount of resources that it takes to be able to study abroad. And while I had the privilege, I had parental support and the resources to leave. Not everyone does.
In addition to the police detaining protesters in Delhi and Mumbai, the Delhi police also charged lathis and released tear gas on protesters on July 20th when thousands turned out to Jantar Mantar to march to the parliament.
Right for a fair education is everything we are asking, and it's not something huge we are asking to the government. And what we are getting in return, like they are beating our youth with lathi, with other weapons. They are just going for a peaceful protest with flowers. There are children, and and our government is giving us tear gas with, and they are beating them. It's not something I hope from my own country. So we've been fundraising for human rights organizations and legal aid organizations back home. That's one of the goals that we're
that we're trying to achieve. The second goal is to just engage international audiences and make this a wider global conversation. And the third reason is just like we're collectivizing for the sake of our community. There's so many people in the Indian community who've been facing a lot of distress because of all the agonizing and deeply upsetting visuals that are coming from back home. And so we just wanted to create a safe space where people are able to talk about what they're feeling, and this is for the community also.
What we're doing here, we're resolving, we're doing something a lot more active. We're not sitting in a state of acceptance that, okay, this is the state of affairs, this is the status quo, we have to make our peace with it. No, we don't make our peace with it at this point.
While protests continue across the globe, the students are waiting for accountability from the Indian government. This is Adya Arora for Local 514.